everybody. Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday. I'm actually going to work today. So, let's see. I haven't had a thought of the day in a minute. I kind of want to elaborate, I guess, on relationships. And we'll talk about how people, games and shit like that. One thing I've never understood, and it's not even like this generation, it's always been that way, is you can never be 100% honest with people that you are pursuing or that you're currently with. And I never understood that, because it's like, if you kind of show how you feel about somebody to somebody, then they basically, their whole attitude towards you switches. Look at this dumbass. Their whole attitude switches. It's like, when this person wants to be with you or whatever, you're with the person and then, you're pursuing them, and then when you finally get them, and after you get them, their whole attitude switches as if yesterday's news, but you're together. Makes no sense. Panda Express open. Chinese. Good choice. But that's one thing I guess that is very disappointing, I would say, is if you are with somebody or you're pursuing somebody or you're involved with them and you show your cards to show this person, I care about you, blah, 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 and then all of a sudden their whole mood switches. And it's stupid because people always say you got to be an asshole. And there's a lot of truth to that. The truth is if you do show your cards, that's what happens. So this is kind of why you kind of have to be like a borderline asshole throughout an entire relationship, just to kind of keep some type of mystery. As stupid as that sounds, you have to kind of be a little mysterious, because as soon as, number one, you show your cards, or number two, you show your patterns, you're in trouble. You're in trouble, because as soon as they figure out your patterns, then there's no more mystery to you, and then they don't want you anymore, or you're predictable. And then they think they can talk shit to you and treat you some kind of way and blah, 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 blah. That is the formula. As crazy as that may sound, that is the formula. How to combat that formula? You gotta be uninterested. You gotta keep your distance, and you can't always be around. And it was funny because I had this conversation with a lady friend of mine, and we were talking about secrets. She was like, well, if you don't talk about your exes, then you're keeping secrets. I'm like, no, I don't talk about my exes because it's none of your fucking business. You know what I'm saying? And it's something I just choose not to talk about. Well, so it was funny because it wasn't really a debate. It was just a conversation. And she was like, well, I find that keeping secrets, and I'm like, no, it's just none of your business. And if that's something that's in my past, I'm going to leave it in my past, and it's none of your concern. So, you don't talk about exes. You don't talk about previous relationships. You don't talk about that shit at all. You leave that shit in the past where it belongs. Leave the shit in the past. Do not show your cards. Do not show your do not show your patterns. If you do that, you'll have you'll have somebody who's healthy, who's chasing you on a healthy basis. Otherwise, you might as well put on some panties. As sad as that sounds, as fucked up as that sounds, that's the way it works.